Hello, my name is Anne-Fré Swager and I'm a PhD student in the group of Professor Jacques Bergman at the Department of Gastroenterology and Hepatology at the Academic Medical Center in Amsterdam. Today I have the honor to discuss our article that was recently published in Gastrointestinal Endoscopy titled Feasibility of Laser Marking in Barrett's Esophagus with Volumetric Laser Endomicroscopy. I want to thank all co-authors for their contribution, and I want to thank GIE for this opportunity. First, an introduction of the advanced imaging system volumetric laser endomicroscopy, which I will abbreviate to VLE. This system works analogous to ultrasound, but with light instead of sound waves. It is a balloon-based system that is used through the endoscope. VLE provides a circumferential scan of the esophagus over a length of 6 cm and up to a depth of 3 mm. VLE can thus visualize the subsurface layers of the esophageal wall, which is currently not possible during endoscopy. Therefore, VLE has the potential to improve neoplasia detection during Barrett surveillance. The newest development is the VLE laser marking system, which has recently become available and is capable of applying VLE-guided superficial cautery marks on the esophageal mucosa. It enables direct in vivo marking of suspicious areas as identified on VLE. These laser-marked areas can subsequently be targeted with biopsies. So what about the previous literature? 2 previous feasibility studies in swine and in humans have been performed using a comparable prototype imaging and laser marking system. Our study is the first clinical trial in humans utilizing the commercial VLE laser marking system from 9 Medical. Our study provides a systematic examination of the functionalities of this system. The key feature of VLE laser marking is that it allows correlation between in vivo VLE findings and histology. Importantly, until now only ex vivo VLE histology correlation was available. The currently accepted VLE features of Barrett's neoplasia and VLE neoplasia prediction scores that were developed are based on ex vivo VLE data. However, you can imagine that ex vivo VLE data may differ from the in vivo situation. Direct histological correlation of in vivo VLE data is therefore paramount for further validation of the VLE neoplasia prediction score, and the current VLE laser marking system provides exactly that. So on to the methods and results of this study, which are of course described in the paper, but I will briefly summarize them here for your convenience. Barrett's patients with and without neoplasia were included, and the study consisted of 4 different phases in which the different functionalities of the VLE laser marking system were tested. The first phase concerned the visibility of the laser marks in squamous, Barrett's and gastric tissue. Secondly, we tested the positional accuracy of the laser marks, and finally we assessed the clinical workstream of the system, which consists of the identification, targeting and laser marking of suspicious areas for neoplasia using VLE. And after that, these areas can be, biopsies can be obtained from these areas. So a short summary of the results then. 17 procedures were performed with the VLE laser marking system. The vast majority of the laser marks were visible on both white light endoscopy and VLE. Laser marking targeting was successful with positional accuracy in the majority of the cases. In 3 patients, neoplasia was detected by a VLE targeted biopsy. These VLE targeted areas all coincided with a visible lesion that had been detected previously upon endoscopy. However, identification of neoplastic lesions was not the aim of this study. So what about the future? Since neoplasia detection by VLE was not the objective of this study, future studies in larger sample size are warranted to examine the diagnostic accuracy of VLE laser marking. The key question is whether VLE is able to detect neoplasia that is missed during endoscopy. VLE-guided laser marking has the potential to improve Barrett surveillance, since VLE-targeted biopsies might replace the numerous random biopsies. Another potential application is guidance during lesion delineation, where VLE could aid in determining and directly marking resection margins of endoscopically subvisual lesions. To conclude, this first-in-man study of the 9-point VLE laser marking system showed promising findings. The vast majority of laser marks were visible in white light endoscopy and VLE and were accurately positioned. Targeting VLE areas of interest proved to be highly successful. VLE-guided laser marking may therefore improve the detection and delineation of Barrett's neoplasia in the future. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoy reading our article.